Yeah, no, they can like make it just like. You're just sitting there. Yeah.
And we are live. Live from now. New show here for y'all. Excuse me. And a lot to discuss with the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and a big announcement will be at the end of the stream. So stay tuned to the end for a big announcement related to the NFL draft and a show that would go along with it. Heck, I might as well. Well, I'll wait till the end. So the NBA playoffs started on Saturday, and for a lot of it, it was kind of what we expected, at least with the higher seeds winning. We got a good game, 45 beating 4 up in Portland, Oregon, as gets a win in the playoffs, and we get a lot going on with the Warriors taking care of business against the Spurs. And I think a Kawhi Leonard discussion is going to be very interesting heading into this offseason about where he's going to end up. Where's Kawhi Leonard going to end up? Because it is a question. It is a question that a lot of people are asking, because it seems as if he is on the outs in San Antonio. And very strange to see, because the Spurs have been, over the past 2 decades, almost 3 decades, a very consistent organization in terms of being consistent and being stable and winning despite star players consistently aging in some. There's a lot going on with that. So the Warriors took game 1 without Steph Curry. And I think that shows just how good of a team they are. But the big story of the NBA playoffs is yesterday with LeBron James, the Cavaliers, losing game 1 of the series. But they got blown out in their own building and only put up 80 points last night. This is a huge loss, in my opinion, and it really epitomizes the fact that the Cavs just aren't a very good team, especially compared with last year when they had Kyrie Irving. And I think it really shows the value of Kyrie as one of the premier players in this league, that his absence, not only from the Cavaliers, but also from the Celtics, are going to be so big, because he's obviously injured and he's done for the year. Now, the Celtics did get a win at home against Milwaukee, the 7th seed, but that game was in overtime, and what a crazy finish there, with the Celtics hitting a shot with 0.9 left, and then there was 0.5 seconds left on the clock, and then the Bucks returning the favor with a shot of their own to win the game. It was an unbelievable game and a great start to that series, which I think could go 6 or 7 games, just considering the fact that the Celtics are without their 2 best players, Gordon Hayward, obviously since the beginning of the season, and Kyrie Irving more recently. But back to the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are in trouble because outside of LeBron, this team is not very good. Outside of LeBron James, who I still have trouble betting against, and I'm still, having trouble saying Indiana is going to win this series. But beyond that, you look at them. Can they beat Toronto? I'm not so sure. Can they beat Philadelphia? I'm not so sure about that either. Philadelphia, great win, get a 130-103 win on Saturday night against the Miami Heat. The Heat aren't a very good team, but they have some good stars in Dragic and in Hassan Whiteside and in Dwayne Wade, obviously. But the 76ers, trusting the process, have a win without their best player, Joel Embiid. This is a team that is on a roll right now, and it is a team that the more and more I look at this Eastern Conference, I'm starting to think the 76ers could be the winners in that conference because just how good they've been over the past couple of weeks. We then have the, obviously the Rockets winning. Now, it wasn't as big as we thought it would be against Minnesota. And by the way, Minnesota's a good team, and I think Minnesota can compete in this series and make it interesting. At least a 5 to 6 game series. I'm doubting they take them to the brink at 7, but Minnesota's a good team who has a bright future with Karl Anthony Towns and company really leading the way there in Minnesota. But, I mean, I just keep wanting to talk about the Cavs because LeBron James drives the ratings. And the NBA people have to be sweating bullets at this point because if LeBron James is knocked out in the first round, the Eastern Conference ratings for those playoff teams are going to go down dramatically. And it's just a fact because LeBron James draws eyeballs. LeBron James draws eyeballs, and people want to see him. Much as people wanted to see back in the day Kobe Bryant, or even further than that, Michael Jordan. He is that kind of player. And if he's knocked out early, then the drama of the Eastern Conference, unless you're a fan of, say, the Sixers or the Raptors, goes down significantly. I think the Sixers are a bit of an interesting story as well. So you have to be hoping that they make the Eastern Conference Finals if you are in a ratings perspective, if the Cavs, of course, miss. I think the 76ers Cavs series would be an excellent ratings because you have the underdog, the up-and-coming team, versus the old guard of the East, and that is LeBron James, who is been so dominant for so long, having gone to 7 straight finals with the Heat and with the Cavaliers as well. He is Eastern Conference's premier player. He's the NBA's premier player. So that's what happened in the NBA. Now in the NHL, a few series of note. How about the Vegas Golden Knights, who are 1 win away from their first series victory in franchise history, and the great storyline of this expansion team in their first year, and are certainly looking great as they have a 3-0 lead in the series on the LA Kings. Lightning have a 2-0 lead on the Devils. That series resumes, I believe, tonight. You have the obviously the Ducks down 2-0 to the Sharks, 2-0 in that series. So the NHL playoffs certainly looking good. We also have the Penguins up 2-1 against the Penguins. Or the Penguins up 2-1 against the Flyers, rather. The Bruins and Maple Leafs are tonight back in Toronto. So certainly it's going to be an interesting few weeks in the series.
I literally just saw the
and then we have baseball. Let's really quickly cover baseball. I had all of those games postponed yesterday because of the bad weather across the country, including Shohei Ohtani's what would have been his 3rd start. And I think that's very disappointing, although he will play on Tuesday now. In the Angels' next game. The Angels have an off day today, and then Ohtani will play tomorrow. But he has certainly been the storyline of that. Yeah, Bruins play back to hockey. Really quickly, Bruins play the Maple Leafs tonight in Game 3. Bruins have a 2-0 lead in the NHL. playoffs there in the first round.
For like actual chamber?
So
But not Friday.
I remember.
we have Game 3 of the Predators Avalanche series today at 10, with the Preds leading that series 2-0. So really must win. So the Avalanche, the Ducks, the Devils, and the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs and Avalanche are at home, as are the Devils. The Ducks lost both of their games at home, so they go up to San Jose. It's not looking too good for Anaheim. And then, how about the Washington Capitals? Still point in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs at all, as is the case with the Redskins. The shockingness that they might go out in a sweep, and it might happen, is in the first round to Columbus is going to be a shock to me, and certainly would be another devastating playoff loss for DC. We had a brawl, 2 brawls last week. Right after my show ended on Wednesday, we had 2 brawls in baseball. I know it's about a week old, but we had my Padres playing the Rockies, and there was a brawl there. And we had a Red Sox-Yankees brawl. So baseball trying to get in on the action here. But here's time for the announcement. And the announcement is next week is the NFL draft. Next Thursday in Dallas, Texas. The series will, this show, I'm going to do a mock draft. I'm going to do a full round 1 mock draft for the show. It's all we're going to talk about next Wednesday, so the day before the NFL draft. We're going to do a full mock draft. I'm preparing it right now, but we'll do a full mock draft with all my research, analysis, all of that coming up next week. Next Wednesday, as the NFL draft is next week. You'll find out where I think Darnold's going to land, where Josh Rosen I think is going to land, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, and others. You'll find out where I think they will land in the NFL draft, which commences next Thursday in Dallas. So next Wednesday will be that show. This Wednesday, we'll continue to discuss NBA playoff action, NHL playoff action, if anything happens in MLB, all of that. One more story, our final story, and this is going to be kind of something I do. Our final story is Dez Bryant, released by the Dallas Cowboys. And the Cowboys made a smart move by cutting Dez Bryant. And he should serve as a warning to certain players. And I'm thinking of one, Odell Beckham Jr. Dez Bryant and Odell needs to take a lesson, because if Odell in a few years, let's say 4 or 5 years, 6 years, goes down physically the way he's done, the way Dez Bryant has, you're not going to deal with the personal issues. You know the reason why Larry Fitzgerald has had such a lengthy career with one team, the Cardinals? Because he has been consistently, and he has every reason to complain, because he has had a plethora of quarterbacks that have either been mediocre. He's had one good quarterback in Kurt Warner for a couple of years. And other than that, mediocre to bad quarterbacks. He's had every reason to complain. He has it. That's why he's a model for if you want to have a prolonged career with one team. But Odell needs someone from Des Bryant. Will Des end up? Philly's a possibility. I've heard the Jets is a possibility. He wants to stay in the NFC East, so I'll have to see where Des Bryant ends up in terms of that. Enough of this stream. You can follow me on Twitter at jmoney18c. Subscribe to me here for basically twice weekly uploads of the live stream. And have a good one.